Well, now we have reached the part of maror. Maror means the bitter herb, and we use the romaine lettuce. We take the romaine lettuce, the checked romaine lettuce, and we dip it into our charoset like this. You don't have to take too much. You shouldn't take too much charoset because you need to taste the bitterness of the bitter herb of our romaine lettuce. And then we sit down and we make a beracha. The beracha is Baruch Atah Hashem Elokeinu Melech Haolam Asher Kiddushanu B'Mitzvotav V'Tzivanu Al Achilat Maror. We do not lean for the eating of this maror, and we eat it. Now we are left with korech. Korech means making a sandwich. What we do in this one, we take part of this. Every person around the table takes a part. It has to be, again, probably around a third of the matzah. A little bit less would be okay, but pretty much this much. And you break it off, you give it to everyone from the bottom matzah that we have dropped at the time of motzi matzah. We left it down here, so we take that, we give it to every person on the table, and then you take that together with the lettuce. You make a sandwich out of it. You could dip it in the charoset as much as you like. You could actually take more charoset this time, and then you lean as you eat it. So I would suggest, usually in this case, because it's going to be messy, to hold a plate under your hand. That would make life a lot more easier. So again, you take the matzah and you wrap it with the lettuce, and you eat it. We don't make a beracha on this one. We have already made a blessing on the maror. We have already made a blessing on the matzah. All you do is dip it into the charoset and you eat it. Now we come to Shulchan Orech. Shulchan Orech means you set your table and you have a festive meal. It is a mitzvah to have, don't forget, it's Pesach and it's a holiday. You have to have a festive meal, enjoy the meal. However, keep in mind, please, not to eat too much to be full, because we still have a little bit more matzah to eat. However, enjoy the meal, have fun, and it's a holiday. A lot of cities, they have a custom that towards the end of the meal they eat the egg that we had. The egg is a remembrance of the offering that we had used to bring into the Beit HaMikdash, and different places have different customs of how to eat the egg. So please follow your custom and enjoy the egg. After the egg, we do go and bring the portion which is in the Seder is called safun. Safun means it was hidden. If you remember, when we broke the matzah, we hid the larger portion of the broken matzah. It is a safe place. Now I'm going to go fetch it.
Eat! Eat! God will send you as much as you need every day. No more and no less.
Well, we found the matzah of afikoman. It's called that. This is the tzafun. Again, what you do is you gotta divide it up between the people present on the table, and everyone gets a portion of it. And if you need to add more for people to be able to have, again, 1/3 of these round matzot. So altogether, you're going to be eating 3 of these third of matzot. That's it, no more. 1/3 at the time of motzi matzah, 1/3 at the time of korech when you make a sandwich, and 1/3 at this portion of the meal. By the way, a tip: if you do toast the matzah, you just put it over fire or something, or just toast it, make it nice and dry and good. It'll be much more delicious, much easier to eat and enjoy it. If someone really has a hard time, you could even wet it with water, so it'll be easier to swallow. You won't get any cuts in your mouth. Well, now we are at the section of barech. Right? We had Shulchan Aruch, Tzafun, and now we have Barech. Barech means Birkat HaMazon, grace after the meal. Grace after the meal is said over a cup of wine, which we have already poured, and now we are ready to commence. What we do is we hold on to our cup and we read the berachot, the blessings of after the grace after the meal, which consists of 4 blessings, and then there are certain prayers that we read. After we are done with that, we do make a beracha of Borei Peri HaGefen, make sure to lean on your left hand side and drink the cup of wine or grape juice that you're drinking. By the way, a side note, when you're reading Birkat Hamazon, it is extremely important to try to understand what you're reading, because Birkat Hamazon is a grace after the meal, meaning you're thanking Hashem, you're blessing Hashem for giving us all the good things, all the blessings, everything that we have, and giving us our food in abundance, and it's a blessing that we should really cherish and thank Hashem. If you do not understand Hebrew, you could read it in English, you could read it in Farsi, any language that you're comfortable with. Try to understand it, and this is the best night to do it. Again, night of Passover, giving over our heritage. As soon as we were done with the third cup, we have poured the fourth cup. This is the fourth cup ready to go, and now comes the last portion of the Haggadah, which is called Hallel. If you remember, before we started the whole meal, we said a little bit of the Hallel. Now this is the continuation. This is where we continue reciting the Hallel, and we move on. We try to sing the Hallel as much as we can. Again, try to understand the meaning of what we're saying. And usually it would be recommended to hold on to the cup as you're reciting the Hallel. And it goes on until pretty much the end of the Haggadah, where we say there are portions that we recite on Shabbat morning in the prayers, or different portions. At the end, we make a blessing on the thanking and the appreciation that we have to God for all the miracles that He did for us. And then finally we drink the fourth cup of wine. Remember again to lean. So comes out. Every time you drink wine or every time you eat matzah, you will lean on your left hand side, and Be'ezrat Hashem, this should be the things that we're doing, we should try to do it properly and right, and enjoy and do it with joy and happiness as you're doing it, and Hashem should accept it as it should be.